Peak Performance Secrets starts now. Hello, and welcome. My name is Kamoya Benjamin. Excited to be connecting with you here for yet another episode of Peak Performance Secrets. Lunch and learn, whether it's your time for growth and development, welcome. There's this one big idea that I believe, and it's that there is more. There is more for you. There is more income, impact, clarity, awareness, decisiveness, cohesion, whatever more may represent for you, there is more. And my encouragement for you is to go for more. That is why this episode is actually on air, to give you the insights, the awareness, and the ahas that are necessary for you to navigate your peak performance journey so that you can create more. In today's episode, I want us to navigate this conversation, specifically my journey from mentee to mentor, how I sense that there is an imperative to mentor others. And I do hope that in my teaching today, you can pick up an idea that, will inspire you to step forward and begin to mentor and develop and grow other leaders in your own space. Now, today I'll only be sharing two imperatives, and I'll take the shortest time possible here because that's what I have today to share with you. Number one, my first most important imperative for mentoring, being a mentee and having also been in the space of a mentor, I derive my desire to mentor from the command by Christ, which is to go and make disciples. All right, to go and make disciples. If you think about the word imperative, what exactly does it mean? It implies a command. It implies something that is necessary, important, and urgent. And so my first imperative for mentoring is the command by my Lord and Savior Christ, who, implores and commands us in the book of Matthew chapter 28 to go and make disciples. The word go here is not a suggestion. The word go here is an imperative. The word go here is a command. The word go here is a direction. It's like sit down. It's not a suggestion. It's an imperative. Do it now. All right. Therefore, go, Benjamin, go. I take it as an imperative to make disciples. And what is a disciple? A disciple is a follower of truth. When you think about mentorship and mentee relationships, those are more or less like discipling, conversations. Those are discipling relationships where you're guiding somebody. And what does it say? It says, teaching them. That's the role of mentorship. That's the place of mentorship, to teach, to train, to help, to develop. And you're teaching them very specific things. Number one, to obey everything that God has commanded us. And so you see that a lot of my thrust into mentorship is not from a place of I want to give back. I didn't take anything. I'm not giving back. I was mentored. And the people who mentored me did not mentor me from a place of what we call in our culture, awoye, let me have mercy on Benjamin and mentor him. No, they mentored me from a place of an imperative. If you watch my video on my personal story, my mentors mentored me because it was their call. Bishop Stanley Mwalili, yes, took upon himself a young man who was stranded and needed help and direction. But I believe that he was doing it more so from that imperative of wanting to raise leaders, a call on his life to build, to shepherd, to train the flock of God and to equip them for the work of the ministry. That's a command for him. Emmanuel Bellon, the VC at the university I was in, he had no business having mercy on young boys like myself. And when we sat with him in the mentoring conversation, he shared vividly his invitation to mentor and develop leaders no matter what happens. And so my imperative to mentor is not because I want to give back. No, it's not. Giving back is from a place of, I'm indebted. They gave me, so I've got to give back. And it limits how much I get to give back. I give back only maybe to the extent that I was given. But I believe that there's a greater charge that comes from me when I'm stepping out to mentor leaders, because there is, number one, the first imperative, go and make disciples. And on this, I'm going to have to give an account. And so I'm in the marketplace supporting leaders to, number one, tap into and understand who they are, Number 2, understand whose they are. And number 3, understand what expectation is upon them as an assignment and to impact the lives of others, whatever that looks like. Whether it's engineering, building bridges, building planes, inventing new games, whatever that may look like, it's really manifesting your brilliance out here into the world and making it happen. As I have learned leadership, I've come across this second imperative, and it's that idea of passing the baton. Passing the baton means that I don't want the ideas, the awareness, the information that I have to die and end with me. I want the next generation to keep receiving that. And so I'm modeling what I expect from the next generation, because it was modeled for me by the previous generation. Passing the baton is mentorship. It's having a successor. I remember when I listened to John Maxwell, him saying, you're not a success until you have a successor. Professor Julius Nyerere from Tanzania said this so beautifully. He said, you're not successful until your successor succeeds. Oh my goodness. So it's not just, hey, let me just pass on the baton. But as soon as I pass on the baton, I'm going to make sure that this person actually succeeds. And that's my second imperative for mentoring leaders, for saying, you know what, I'm not going to rest until I come alongside people, support them in their growth journey. I want to be there in the trenches with them. I want to make sure that I pass on the baton, the insight, the awareness, the ahas that I have received, that I pass on them on to you. Now, it's your responsibility to hold the baton. I can pass it on to you, but you've got to grab it. You've got to get hold of it. And I want to run as fast as I can with you until I ensure that you've got a good grip and you can proceed to go and succeed. That is my joy. Again, I remember listening to John Maxwell talking about the 5 levels of leadership. And he talked about the lowest level of leadership. I'm going to talk about this on another day. I don't have at my command the time to go through this. But he talked about the lowest level of leadership, which is leading from a place of position. In other words, you've just been given a title in an organization. You've just been made marketing director, manager, CEO, whatever. That's a position. It's the lowest level of leadership. But he talked about level number 4, which is people production. Not people production. People development. Level number 3 is production. I can deliver the goods. Level number 3 is permission. And level number 5 is pinnacle. It's the highest level of leadership. Now, the first one and the last one are given to you. These other 3, you've got to earn them yourself. Now, I'm at a place where now I've led and people follow me because they want to. You're watching this not because I compelled you, but because you want to. You want to grow. And the next level for me is I've created the results I'm trying to help other people create to thrive in their own lives. I've created those results. I'm living proof of my message. What's the next level for me? People development. And that is the 4th level of leadership. And if you stay long enough in that level of leadership, guess what? Level number 5 gets given to you. The leaders that we celebrate and we crown them in society, it's because they've gone through all the 5 levels and they've continued to hold each of those levels as they build on the rest. I'm clear and I'm aware that my leadership is not successful until I have raised other leaders. And I've made it my mission to every time I leave a space and a position, I've got to develop a leader. I remember when I was even playing drums within the church, and I played drums for a long period of time. And before I could leave that seat as a drummer, I developed another drummer. I did not leave a vacuum. Though I was being called into the next stage and season of my life, I developed another drummer. It is this awareness that I want to bequeath to you so that you see yourself as a leader developing another leader. That is not giving back, but rather it's an imperative. It's a law in the space of leadership. It's a law in the space of leadership that when a seed, when an apple comes out of a tree, within it bears seeds. Within it carries the next generation. So that once you eat an apple, by eating an apple, you're actually making it possible for other apples to grow. Because until that apple, which has many seeds inside, is eaten, it's one apple. But inside that one apple, nobody knows apart from God how many apples are inside the seeds that are in the apple. And so if I am a leader, inside me, I should be, as I live my life, I should be propagating the seeds. I should be sowing the seeds of building the next generation of leaders. Let me share with you the third imperative, which I absolutely love. This is a charged word for me. Mastery is the third imperative for mentorship. As a mentee, I learned. As a mentor, when I teach, I master the things that I teach. Today, as I teach these things, I master them. As I sit down to develop these lessons, I master them because I have to mine from within me the resources that have been deposited. And in that process, I become acquainted with them. And in that process, I master those resources. And in that process, I achieve mastery. It is the joy of everyone to arrive at mastery. And I want you, as you watch this, to count yourself worthy of mastery, to say, you know what? I'm going to develop everything within me as a mentee. I'm being mentored to reach mastery. And as I mentor and transfer these skills to others, I understand those concepts afresh, even as I teach others. My invitation to you, if you've not joined my mentorship program that's coming up, is connect with me. And what is it all about? This mentorship program is about one thing. It's about you thriving. That's what I'm talking about. It's you thriving. Thriving at home, thriving in work, and thriving in society. You know, there are people who thrive at home only, but they don't thrive at work. Yes, you're a great parent, but you're not a great work performer. You're not, thriving in society. You're thriving probably in your fitness, but not in family. You're probably thriving in work, but you're not thriving in finances. Or you're thriving in finances and work, but not in your faith. I would desire for you to thrive in all the 5 domain areas of life. And that's my invitation to you to join my Peak Performance Mentorship Program. What is that all about? Let me bring in another image. There's something I want you to see here, that the Peak Performance Mentorship is starting out on the 23rd of September. That's going to be the launch date. And I want you to join me there. Click the link that is in the bio below. It's a great opportunity for me to begin to walk with you in your own journey to reach the goals and the dreams and the potential that is within you, that God placed within you. I want to help you. It is my mission to help you. And so click the link and welcome to the mentorship journey. Those are my top 3 imperatives for mentoring others. Even as I get mentored, I'm doing it because number 1, I sense that it's God's call and command on my life. Go and make disciples. And this is what I'm doing. You watching this allows me an opportunity to live out that mission. Thank you. Number 2, building other leaders. Have a successor. That's what makes you a real success, so that the generations that are coming after us have got the skills that they need to thrive at a higher level. And number 3, mastery is the benefit that I get in the process. I love mastery, and I believe that you also thrive when you're in a place of mastery. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. I really appreciate your time. This is the end of this mini-series on mentorship. Next week, we're going to start a new series. And if you've just watched this and you've not caught the other episodes, jump back into my YouTube channel. Just click on mentorship series. I've got a discipline series. I've got a fear series. I've got a failure series. I've got several series that will really add value to you. For each one of them, don't walk away without telling me what is the one idea that you took away that really spoke to you, that resonated with you. I'd love to hear from you. And join me as we start the mentorship to help you thrive in all the domains of life. Thank you so much for your time. It's been Peak Performance Secrets. Be well. Bye for now.